And would you be aiming for the February 5th ballot, I don't know if that's even possible timeline-wise, or the June ballot, or just holding a standalone special election for the recall?
Well, I would think that's something the executive committee would want to think about, and Matt, you know, you're an expert in political consultation, so you know there would be a lot of things that we would be considering in terms of how to handle that. Special election versus another election. That might even stimulate some debate among the executive committee.
Will you go forward with this even if you don't get any other of these groups you've mentioned to join your cause?
I think that we'll have to really consider it, you know, very, very carefully, because, I mean, candidly, a labor organization in Orange County going for a recall on its own with other unions, let's all be candid with each other. There's not a person in this room who follows county politics that would say, what's your chances? Not very good. And that's why we're saying, don't politicize it. Everybody has to join in. And that's why people can define themselves by their answer to this question. I mean, there will be a number of people, and we all know it in this room, that'll find all kinds of political reasons to maybe not want to do it. That's an issue they have to define themselves. If they say, no, we're not going to join in the effort, they're saying it's okay that he stays here. There's a brush fire burning. We're hoping it isn't going to develop into a major forest fire, but we'll let the brush fire burn.
Nick, what do you think potentially could happen if he stays in office? I mean, what's your biggest fear here?
Our biggest fear is, you know, that I think there's been a pattern in our view of poor judgment. And I think the chances when we're dealing with billions of dollars of poor judgment create a lot of difficulties. I think investors and investment opportunities get lost. I think future investors in the pool get lost. And I think eventually, and I've been around for 34 years here, eventually you have school district boards, you have city councils who begin to tell their investment officers, hey, look, we don't know really what's going on there in Orange County, at the county. And they start getting nervous and they say, look, if something goes wrong, I don't want to be politically, you know, have my political career damaged. So maybe we ought to pull out. I think that's predictable.
So you think this is about image?
Well, I think in order, if you're coming off of the largest municipal bankruptcy in American history, and you...
Which he didn't cause.
Which he didn't cause, but which of course happened. And you have to have a pristine image in order to follow that, particularly we're still in our bankruptcy recovery efforts. And so I think a large amount of it is about image. I think that's true. I think a lot of that is accurate, and that can be very damaging when someone is managing billions of dollars.